Everything is going according to plan. And it is all thanks to you, my dear Tucker.
Whatever you say, old hag. I'm only doing this to protect Shield Knight.
What a pity. Anyway, I gotta go, so bye.
Woe was at the Enchantress just now. And Tucker, I didn't expect you to be the Black Knight. Why did you fight us that other time?
Because I don't need you idiots getting in my way. Only I alone can stop the Enchantress from fulfilling her evil desires.
But Tucker, you don't need to do this alone. Let us lend you a hand so we can more easily put a stop to this great evil.
I've made up my mind, Obama. If you boys intend to get in my way, then I have no choice but to spar with you once again.
I guess this means we will be giving you your well-deserved second spanking.
Your orange ass could never spank me, Donald. You're too slow and fat to ever catch me.
Then maybe I'll use my weight to crush you next time.
Oh, don't make me laugh. You wouldn't even be able to get off the ground to even attempt such a thing.
Hey, Tucker, you really have no right to say such things when you're getting spanked by a so-called dementia patient.
Yeah, whatever. I guess I lost this time. But you guys only won because I was distracted by the Enchantress. Next time we meet, I will win for sure.
We'll see about that nerd.
So viewers, we would like to apologize for the abrupt opening to the episode. We thought it would be cool to start things off strong instead of the usual boring introductions.
That's right, Barack, and also, if you guys haven't noticed yet, for some reason today we will not be playing in multiplayer, as Biden wanted to redeem himself for his mediocre performance last episode and show everyone what he's made of.
That's right, everyone. Papa Joe will be cooking his finest meal yet.
Hey Joe, I noticed you changed Shovel Knight's armor to the golden one that is literally useless.
But Barry, you gotta admit it looks cool as hell when he jumps even as sparkles coming out of him.
I like to think of this armor as a flex. Like, yeah, the armor is basically useless, but that's what makes it so badass. Plus, it's literally made out of gold. I went back and redid the older levels to get the money to get this armor, and a couple of other side upgrades, like being able to dig up piles of dirt in one swing of the shovel.
Well, those side upgrades will definitely come in handy next episode when Obama and I take on the final stretch of the game.
Hey boys, I was wondering what you guys think of this level's music. For me, this is easily the best song in the entire Shovel Knight series.
I ain't even gonna lie, Barack, that is the best take you've had in your entire life. Shovel Knight music already pushed the boundaries of what can be done with 8-bit music, but this level's theme is simply peak.
This entire soundtrack is peak Sleepy Joe. However, I think this song in particular is glazed far too much. Now, the version of this song from Spectre Knight's campaign, on the other hand, now that is truly peak.
That version goes hard too, but this one came first, so we wouldn't have that version without the original.
And whatever you say, Obama. Anyway, I was wondering if you installed some drone strike devices in this airship, as we seem to be getting blasted by cannonballs, and they just so happen to be black, just like you, Barry.
Donald, you racist scumbag, I did not install drone strikes into this damn airship. You better watch your mouth, or I'm going to actually drone strike your obese Cheeto Puff tax evading McDonald's VIP customer looking ass.
Your words wound me, Barry. I have feelings too, you know. Maybe next time I say something out of pocket like that, you could just call me out for it instead of roasting me.
Nah, you definitely deserve that roast trumpy. Anyway, boys, I'm just fisting my way to victory against this mini-boss. The dust knuckles are so underrated, I wonder why people don't use them more.
I think it's because they have short range, so it's difficult to use them in most situations. However, against armored enemies or that mini-boss you just defeated, I think the dust knuckles are definitely the optimal weapon to use to make quick work of them.
I always hate this part because of how annoying it is to get past the air pushing you up when you're trying to go down.
I agree with you, Joe, but the great ones like us can overcome all challenges.
And it looks like our best friend Chester is back at it again selling relics. Although I don't understand why he would be doing business in some random part of an airship like this.
I like to think Chester just knows we're going to come to all these places, so he preemptively sets up shop in them and waits for us to come so he can sell us relics.
Okay, that's cool and all you guys, but are we not going to talk about the propeller dagger? The relic we just obtained? This relic is really fun to use as it lets you dash forward even while in the air.
Yeah, let's not talk about my death, as that was complete and utter bullcrap as that enemy blowed me away and I couldn't do anything about it.
Don't worry, Joe. That enemy was probably sent by China to screw you over.
Anyway, boys, I was wondering, why did you guys make that Fire Emblem video without me? And George was there too, which surprised me, but at the same time, I know the George inside of King Knight's body isn't the same one as the one from our world. As a matter of fact, it would seem like these souls the Enchantress picked aren't actually their real-life counterparts at all. Although they do retain their memories, it would seem.
Me and Joe were just in the voice call together talking about Fire Emblem when we suddenly got into an argument about Ike's viability. We didn't really think to call you, and George just joined the call randomly. Honestly, I think we should have him join us for other games that aren't Shovel Knight, as it would be confusing to have him and his King Knight counterpart in the same place.
Yeah, I would be down to have George play some other game with us. But Donald, I was going to ask you about this level's auto-scrolling section. Do you think this level sucks because of it, or do you tolerate it?
Well, honestly, Sleepy Joe, it is a low point for the level, but despite that, I still think this level is S tier. If you guys agree, then Obama can just place it there right now on the tier list.
You don't have to ask me twice, Donald. I'm putting it in S tier right as we speak.
When I play this game casually, I always save this level for last, but I wanted to try doing it as early as possible this time just for fun.
Yeah, this level really feels like it was designed to be played last due to how challenging it can be, but you're making it look easy, Joe.
Well, he already died once, so let's not pretend like he's playing like a pro or anything.
All right, Don, I'll tell you what, I will get through the next section of the level without grabbing the checkpoint. If I die, then you can make fun of me all you want.
Then I guess I'll be mocking you very soon, Sleepy Joe, as there is no way you'll get through this final section without dying. Even the great Donald J. Trump, died here the first time I played the level, so your senile ass definitely won't be able to get through it deathless.
Donald, just shut your Orange Club penguin-looking ass up and let Joe focus already.
Don't worry, Barack, I'm about to pop off so hard you'll be calling me Shovel God Joe. Damn it, I just realized I could have kept going forward, but I hesitated.
Don't worry, Joe, you're doing just fine so far.
Joe, if you were truly a god at this game, you would have killed the propeller rat and kept moving forward.
That's what I was trying to do, dumbass, but my shovel didn't have enough range to reach it.
No, Biden, that's a skill issue on your part. You could have just inched forward a little more and you would have been able to kill it and continued moving forward at the same time.
That's enough out of you, Trump. Biden, you did well in getting to the end of the stage without dying, but now we gotta focus up because we are about to face Propeller Knight.
What's up, losers? Banging Bill in the house.
Who are you calling losers? All three of us were way more beloved presidents than you ever were, Mr. Monica Lewinsky.
That's Cap and you know it. Did you know I was part of the inspiration behind Sonic the Hedgehog? That alone makes me the coolest president of all time.
Look, Bill, we're just trying to reach the Enchantress to rescue Shield Knight. Could you please spare us the fight and move out of our way?
No, I can't do that, homie, or else the Enchantress won't pay me. I'm looking forward to spending my next paycheck on a sealed VHS copy of Pixar's Cars.
That's a weird way to spend your paycheck, Bill, but you'll have to wait another day for that because you're going to get your ass spanked by the Jobliterator. With my shovel in hand, you'll fall to my feet with grace.
Like hell, I'll be falling to your decrepit, smelly, rancid, ice cream-filled feet, you fossiled idiot. Get ready to have your senile ass impaled by my sword.
That Zaza you are on must be really good build. You have drone-striking cannons as well as your sword and your propeller helmet, and you still haven't put a dent on Joe's health.
You never stood a chance against me, Bill, but it was a good fight regardless.
I swear on my life, next time we meet, I'm going to make mincemeat of you all.
Crazy how we encountered Bill right after fighting his wife in the last episode. But anyway, Joe, you played very well, and I am excited to see how you perform in the stages to come.
Don't you worry, Barack. I'll make sure to play so well that you guys call me the LeBron James of Shovel Knight.
The LeBron James of Shovel Knight? Does that mean you're going to be goated and then fall off harder than you did at the stairs of the Air Force One?
How about I show you my skills right now as I am going to fight the Phantom Striker, the last Overworld boss of the game. I bet you my presidency that I can beat him in under 20 seconds.
I'd love to see you try your fossilized hair sniffer.
I'm just going to spam the green balls that I used to play with when I was a child back in the Mesozoic era with the dinosaurs. Bro doesn't stand a chance.
Don't get too cocky, Joe. You don't want to fumble the bag and then have Donald make fun of you for it.
Papa Joe doesn't need to worry about fumbling the bag when he's already owning the bag like he did to Trump in the 2020 election.
Big, but whatever. Good job on defeating the boss in under 20 seconds, Sleepy Joe. Maybe there's still some hope left for your decrepit old ass.
Damn, that's a lot of money he just dropped. I didn't expect some random bum to be carrying around so much gold.
You see, Obama, when you read my book, The Art of the Deal, even a bum like him is capable of becoming rich.
Nobody cares, you Winnie the Pooh looking ass. Anyway, we are entering the lair of Propeller Knight, a pretty fun level if I do say so myself. Probably the best snow-themed level in any platformer now that I think about it.
I disagree strongly, Sleepy Joe. While this level, known as the Stranded Ship, is a pretty solid level in its own right, you can't just say it is the best snow level in all of platformers. There's a lot of platformer games out there, and a lot of them have snow-themed levels. And let me tell you, Joe, some of the snow-themed galaxies from Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 make this level look like ass.
Barack, I just remembered how goated the Freeze Flame Galaxy level from Super Mario Galaxy is. It's so creative how it incorporates ice and lava elements into a single level.
That level is pretty good, Donald, but I am talking about snow levels, not ice levels, you wig-wearing idiot.
First of all, Joe, my hair is the realest hair you'll ever see in your life, although you're basically dead, so I guess it's the realest hair you'll ever see in your afterlife. And ice levels are pretty much the same as snow levels, Sleepy Joe. The themes are so similar that they often get combined into the same level.
I beg to differ, Donald. While it is true that they are similar and can sometimes overlap, there are things that are unique to each of them. You don't necessarily need to incorporate ice physics into a snow-themed level, and you don't have to incorporate a Christmas aesthetic into an ice level.
Okay, that's fair, Sleepy Joe, but Obama, why did you have to hide bombs inside of those snow blocks in this level?
I didn't hide those bombs, you annoying orange. It was probably Propeller Knight who put them there to stop us from reaching him. He must be a real bum if he has to rely on cheap tactics like that to destroy us.
Oh, whatever you say, Mr. Drone Striker. Anyway, back to the topic of snow levels. I was wondering what you guys' favorite snow or ice level is.
For me, it has to be the Winter Horns world from Kirby and the Forgotten Land. The music, the atmosphere, that abandoned city covered in snow, it's got this haunting beauty to it. And the levels? You've got frozen bridges, icy tunnels, even a whole blizzard blowing through. Snow levels in Kirby games in the past were never all that special, so it was genuinely surprising to see them cook up such a masterpiece of a world where every level is peak.
That's a pretty cool choice, Joe. As for me, I am a huge fan of Ice Cap Zone from the Sonic the Hedgehog 3 game. The zone makes you feel like a badass from the very beginning as you start out riding on a snowboard through the snowy landscape. Not to mention the zone's music was composed by the one and only Michael Jackson himself, which just adds to the coolness of the zone.
Those are tremendous choices, boys. But hear me out for a moment. The Chimp's ice skating challenges from Super Mario Galaxy 2 are simply amazing. I love going back to them every now and then and trying to beat my high score, and the Chimp himself is such a nice fella. I wonder if he's related to you in any way, Barack.
I'll take that as a compliment since I do enjoy that little dude's challenge stages, but lay off on the racist jokes, Donald.
Yeah, my bad, Barry, but anyway, what's up with these hairy guys throwing spears at us? What do they have against our boy Shovel Knight? Like, did he piss on their toilets and didn't flush it or something?
I'm trying so hard to resist the temptation to not sniff their hair, but I think I might just give in.
Well, unfortunately for you, Sleepy Joe, that is the last we will see of that enemy for the entirety of this level and this game as a whole, I believe. Should have sniffed him when you had the chance, buddy.
Damn this stupid level. I wanted to see more of those fluffy fur balls. They are simply amazing.
Joe, what in the actual hell did you just make me listen to? I swear one of these days I'm going to send your senile ass to a mental hospital and have them take a look at your brain to see what in blazes is wrong with you.
Leave him alone, Donald. He just died in the game, so he needs to focus up so he doesn't die again.
Obama, the reason he died is because out of nowhere he started simping for those hairy-ass enemies from before. It's entirely his fault, and he needs to get his head back in the game immediately.
Well, how's this for getting my head back in the game? We are about to buy another relic from Chester, this time being the Warhorn relic. This relic in particular isn't very useful since there aren't many situations where you need to wipe out a lot of enemies at once. Plus, it costs a lot of magic to use.
Yeah, that's true, Joe. Out of all the relics in the game, this is probably the one I've used the least.
I personally do like it quite a bit just for the funny sound it makes when you use it.
Yeah, I bet to you it sounds like Mad Shell's Gorilla Primal Call when she's summoning all her subjects, including you, Barry.
Donald, I've had enough of your bullcrap. Come here, you orange orangutan. I'm gonna rip that fake-ass toupee off of you.
Wait, Barry, have mercy on me, please. It was just a prank, bro.
Will you guys quit it with your yapping? I'm trying to focus on the game, and this part is kind of tricky since these buggers keep throwing their hammers at me.
You know what, Joe, you're right. I don't need to waste my energy on this Cheeto when I should be focused on supporting you in this game.
Thank you, Obama. So anyway, boys, we are entering the last stretch of this level, so let's just relax for a bit before we have to beat Propeller Knight's bum ass.
That's cool with me, Sleepy Joe. Although now that you mentioned Propeller Knight, have you guys ever wondered, why is he so big and buff compared to the other knights? I think everyone else is smaller or thinner, and then this dude comes in looking like the Yeti from Pixar's Monsters, Inc.
I don't know, Donald, maybe Propeller Knight ate some kind of steroids that turned him all big and buff like that.
Or maybe his parents were ogres or something.
Wait, Joe. You couldn't possibly be thinking what I'm thinking right now, right?
That's right, Trump. Propeller Knight must have been a distant descendant of Shrek and Fiona, after Far, Far Away became engulfed by the winds of war, causing the place to become covered in snow. And in these dire times, it was Propeller Knight von Shrek who aided the people in need.
Damn, Joe, that's probably a more interesting concept for Shrek 5 than whatever the hell DreamWorks is going to come up with for the actual Shrek 5 movie.
Joe, you should have been a movie script writer instead of a politician. Of course, this would mean my second term would have come earlier, but don't worry about that.
Yeah, nice try, your nacho cheese Dorito looking ass. Anyway, boys, it's time we face off against the titular character of Propeller Knight, so get ready for some greatness.
Joe Biden, you stupid jabroni ass, how dare you even compare me to Shrek when you know damn well I can smash your candy ass better than any ogre ever could.
I'm not scared of you, Dwayne. I could have been twice as good of a WWE All-Star as you if I wasn't busy with my political career.
Oh, you've done it now, you deadweight, useless, senile son of a I'm going to smash you so badly there won't be anything left of you except smelly, dandruff-covered bones.
You're nothing to me, Dwayne. I'm going to humiliate you by defeating you in 20 seconds starting from now, and after I win, you'll be calling me your daddy.
You failed president. I won't be losing to such a heaping pile of trash like you, Biden, so how about you do like a good senior citizen and go back to your rest home, old man?
Damn how the mighty have fallen. You used to be a legend, Dwayne, but now you're nothing more than a washed-up has-been.
All right, Joe, fair enough. You have defeated me, so I will comply with your request. Joe Biden is my daddy. Oh, frick, Daddy Joe is so amazing. Try not to beat me so badly.
How ironic, how he calls everyone a candy ass, and yet he fought you like a candy ass himself. But all things considered, Joe, that was a phenomenal performance.
Thanks for that, Donald. I knew Dwayne was washed, so I made sure to make a fool out of him. He'll be back next episode, but I'm sure you and Obama can spank him just as well as I did today.
Right you are, Joe. We'll make sure to put his candy ass out of his misery next time.
Well, anyway, boys, we are entering the lair of Tinker Knight, also known as the Clockwork Tower. Joe, you better cook during this level harder than you have during the last, as this will be your final main level for the rest of this series.
Yeah, in all honesty, Donald, I am a bit sad that I won't be able to join you guys next episode in the final stages and in the final boss against the Enchantress, but I'll still be there to back you guys up.
I mean, it's only fair, Joey, as you are getting this episode all to yourself, so it's only right that me and Trump get to finish off what's left of the game together. If only this game had 3-player multiplayer, am I right?
Obama, you know just as well as I do that 3-player multiplayer would be horrible for this game. I mean, even with 2 players, it can be a bit of a struggle since the game was not designed with multiplayer in mind.
Yeah, it is true that having 3 players would be a mess, but as friends, we would find a way to work around that mess and make our way through the end of the game together.
That was surprisingly wholesome, Obama. I know for a fact we can overcome any challenge that comes our way, as we are the goated presidential squad. And I say squad instead of trio because we will soon have George by our side as a mainstay, which I bet the viewers are excited to see.
I'd suggest we play WarioWare with him, as it is a wacky game that I think we, as well as the viewers, will enjoy.
Yeah, maybe we will play WarioWare with him next time. The GameCube version of it has 4-player multiplayer, so it'll be perfect for us.
Damn, this little bugger enemy just won't get off my tail. If I ever find out who his parents are, I'm gonna have their house blown up for raising such a bum-ass enemy.
Damn, Joe, relax. It's just a stupid enemy in Shovel Knight. What matters is that you survived like a champ and get to continue on with the rest of the stage. And hey, the game even threw you a bone with that steak to recover all your health. So, you're all good, buddy.
Gosh darn it, you're right, Donald. But anyway, boys, I don't know about you guys, but this level looks like it was built by some mega nerd who gets no maidens and has 0 riz.
Well, if we're talking about the character of Tinker Knight, then you aren't wrong, Joe, as the guy is a midget and looks like he's built like Lord Farquaad from Shrek. His tiny ass definitely doesn't get any maidens.
Okay, guys, I think that's enough Shrek references for one video. I don't think the viewers came to hear us talk about Shrek. They came to see us play the goated game that is Shovel Knight.
Yeah, you said it, Obama, so I'm on my way to visit our bestie Chester to grab our final relic for this adventure, so unfortunately that means we will be saying goodbye to Chester for good. He was a valuable ally on this journey, and I hope he finds a new customer to sell his stuff to.
Yeah, for real, Chester, you were the GOAT, and we're gonna miss you, buddy. Sadly, this final relic of his won't be very useful for what's left of the game, but There is one very funny use for it that I think you'll be using against the boss. Am I right, Joe?
Oh my gosh, yeah, I know what you mean, Obama, and I think the viewers will laugh when they see that. But for those who played Mega Man 2 on the Nintendo Entertainment System, it's basically like how in that game you use Metal Man's weapon against him.
Of course, your prehistoric ass compares it to a game as ancient as him. But yeah, that is a pretty accurate comparison, Sleepy Joe. I don't know how many of our viewers play Mega Man, but if any of them do, then I'm sure they understood what you meant.
Well, if they haven't played Mega Man, then they really should, as it is a goated series of games spanning across different genres such as platformers, RPGs, and that's kind of it, actually, now that I think about it.
Joe, how could you forget about the masterpiece known as Mega Man Soccer for the Super Nintendo?
You didn't forget about it, Barry. That game is just ass and not worth remembering. Just like your two terms, they were so mid, just like your wife for ruining the school lunches. The nerve of that woman!
Oh, you want to fight, you obese orange? Come here, I'll hit you with the Obama Hamea and knock you silly.
So what, you think I'm afraid of some dinky beam? I'll just Zawarudo your ass.
Hey guys, I know we're going through a boring auto-scroller section, but could you guys shut the hell up? Nobody wants to hear that anime bullcrap you guys keep spewing out.
In all fairness, Sleepy Joe, you could have just used the mobile gear relic that we acquired earlier in the level to skip most of this boring section.
Well then why didn't you tell me that, you idiot?
Because I didn't want to backseat game your ass. You need to figure stuff out on your own if you want to be goated.
Yeah, as much as I hate to admit it, Donald, you do have a point there. A true gamer doesn't just stand there and complain about a problem. He finds a way to solve said problem with the tools at his disposal and makes the game his oyster.
Spoken like a true American Obama. This is why we will make gaming great again.
Well, okay then. I'll try to focus up so I can dominate these last few sections of the level.
Don't worry, Joe. I'm rooting for you, buddy. You've been playing well this whole time despite what dumbass Donald says. And I have no doubt you're going to cook during this final section.
We'll see about that, Obama. I'm not even surprised about that. Sleepy Joe can't play properly without his teleprompter telling him what buttons to press, and so when the teleprompter glitches out, he just immediately kills himself in the game. That is the only explanation for what just happened.
Shut the hell up, you obese pig. You know exactly why I died. I tried to jump onto the platform, but I was off by a few pixels and plummeted to my doom. It's not rocket science, you orange.
All I heard were excuses, Sleepy Joe. But the job is not finished, so you still have a chance to redeem yourself by destroying Tinker Knight's bum ass.
Come on, Joe. Show the viewers what you're made of.
All right then, let Papa Joe cook.
Hey Joe, don't think I didn't hear you back there when you made fun of my home. I'll have you know that I do in fact have maidens and have the best riz in the world.
Highly unlikely, Ben. I've seen middle schoolers with more riz and more maidens than you'll ever get in your life.
What did you just say to me, you senile dumbass?
What a joke. Bro died to a single attack. This is why you'll never get any maidens, Ben.
You guys were saying? I'm about to destroy you all using my facts and logic. Just like how I did to the liberals.
There's only one fact here, Ben, and that is that you're going to lose.
There's no way a genius such as myself could lose to a bunch of old hags like you guys.
Are you sure about that, Ben? Because to me it seems like you're just handing me the win for free. I'm just bouncing on your head and you can't do anything about it. So much for those facts and logics of yours.
Damn you, Joe. If only you weren't so stubborn, I would have ended you ages ago.
Sorry, Ben, but Papa Joe came back with a vengeance, and he's not going to let anyone get in his way now. Maybe try a new strategy next time.
As a matter of fact, Joe, I will try a new strategy next time, and it will be very new and innovative and totally not the same one I used this time. Until then, boys.
That was some good work back there, Biden. I'm proud of you. You made Ben your oyster, you could say.
Yeah, Joe, he could barely even scratch you. Good job, buddy.
Thanks, guys. That means a lot, especially coming from you, Donald. But anyways, boys, would you look at that? It's the Tower of Fate, the place we'll be storming into next episode to finally take down the Enchantress and save my dear Shield Knight once and for all.
That's all well and good, Joe, but remember, we got to finish that tier list we started last episode, so let's get back into it. We have 2 levels left to rank, and I'd say we start with the stranded ship.
I mean, it's a solid level, but it just doesn't stand up to the great ones in S&A tier, although I could see an argument for it being bottom of A tier, I guess.
Yeah, that's where I would put it personally. It has some interesting level design with those platforms that shoot rainbows when you hit them, and then those fluffy furball enemies I love so much.
Okay, so bottom of A tier it is. And finally, we have the Clockwork Tower, which I personally would put at the top of A tier.
I think this level is pretty cool as it allows for a lot of player expression. I mean, sure, Sleepy Joe didn't show it, but you can skip the auto-scrolling part with the mobile gear, and there's a speed-running trick used at the start of the level with another relic. It's very cool, too.
Yeah, and even though I died during the climax of the level, I have to admit that this level, along with the flying machine, have the best climax to them, as it's just an epic stream of platforming challenges that test your skills and keeps you engaged until the very end. So I agree with your placing Obama.
Okay, well that's the tier list finally finished, and I'd say we did a pretty good job with it. But anyway, viewers, this is the end of the episode, so we would like to thank you all for watching, and we hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day.